Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm Ryan, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist from theworkoutcorner.com. You know what today is. It is a great day for working out, answering some of your questions. It's exactly what I do here every Monday. I pick 3 questions from the comment box below. Winner of the best question gets free access to my 80/20 course, so let's go ahead and jump on in. The Superman of 75 says, "Hey Ryan, I'm 37 years old and recently got serious about working out. It's been a few months since started taking creatine and I've noticed growth, strength, and definition all around except my biceps. What exercises do you recommend to get the biceps to respond? Thanks." Yeah, so awesome job so far sticking with it. Make sure that you are getting enough rest and food intake to build your muscles and biceps, so just want to cover that. But then in terms of exercises, go ahead and make sure you're using some compound lifts that incorporate the biceps. It's a good way to get them activated. So 2 good ones would be bent over barbell rows or chin-ups / pull-ups, either one of those, body weight chin-ups or pull-ups, or if that's too light, start adding weight to that. All right, hope it helps. BK Studio 1990 says, "How much do you allow yourself to cheat on nutrition? I eat well most of the time, but I have a cheat meal once or twice a week, usually out of necessity. How much cheating is too much?" All right, so interesting question, and you know what? I never cheat. I'm not a cheater. No, and it's really a mindset thing. I think cheat meals, viewing it like that, it sounds like you're doing something bad, and that's just a total, it's a wrong way to approach it. That's why I teach my Spartans something totally different, because if in your case, if you're forgetting to prepare and you just have to grab what's available, or you want to eat something that just tastes really good, then by all means go ahead and just know that, hey, this is not necessarily advancing me towards my goal, but you understand that and you accept that decision, and that's the end of it. Now, if you keep on eating those, then you're continually putting yourself further away from whatever goal you're going after. But as long as you're willing to accept the consequences, and that not necessarily in a bad sense, but just the consequences of your actions of what you choose to eat, then there's no such thing as cheat meals, and you can get away from that whole kind of negative mindset. All right? Hope it helps. JaWit123 says, "Hey Ryan, I train 2 or 3 times a week and I play soccer for cardio, but there's no regularity in my training. I don't diet, but on Monday I'm going to change everything. I'm going to train 3 times a week and jog or play soccer for cardio. I'm also going to follow a diet. This is a big change for me, and my trigger is I got dumped by my girlfriend. Dang, they can be cruel. Do you have tips for me and others who are going to take such a step?" Yes, I certainly do. Definitely, anytime you have life events like that, whether it's a breakup or, addition to the family or a loss to the family or loss of a job, all those kinds of things, they're great triggers for you to really say, hey, now's the time to get serious and turn my life around and set it on a whole new trajectory. So congratulations for taking advantage of that. Now, the key is we want to make sure that we stick with it, right? And the easiest way to not stick with it is to overload yourself with way too much to do up front. So my advice to you would be start off, break it down. Start off with just one of those things and work on building that first. Say, for example, training 3 times a week. Why don't you start there first? Once you've done that for a couple weeks, then you can start working on your diet. But don't try and do it all at once, because it's just too much of a change, all right? Hope that helps. All right, fellas, that'll do it for an episode of Mind Food Monday. Go and put your questions in the comment box below, and we will get to those next week. JaWit, my man, thanks for your question. You're the winner of the 80/20 course this week. Go ahead and put a comment in the comment box below so I know you saw this. Get you hooked up on the 80/20 course. Everybody else, have a good week. Lift hard. I'll see you next Monday.